Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. It's been a while since the last video. Waiting for the blue on the skull to dry before I start masking for the red. So I thought I'd just do hopefully a quick video update on the shop. Because I've said many times, the shop is an ongoing project. It's going to take a long time to get everything complete due to money, time, energy. You know, I have orders coming in, developing new products, so it takes time, but I did make some progress. I took a day this week, this Saturday, and I took a day the week before, and just added some things. So I'm not sure quite what the last video left off. I'm pretty sure the last video, shop-wise, didn't have the x-carve and the bench in here, so we're going to show that. And then I made some updates to the cabinets up here. So we're going to start, we'll start over here. I'm going to take the camera, oh, you probably don't see me there. We're going to start over here on the right-hand side, go this way, then we'll go the CNC bench, and so forth. Nothing new has been done to this. In fact, I really need to take the time to sand the top and finish the top with sealer because it's getting messed up. So let me grab the camera off the tripod and we'll take you around and show you what I've done. Just hold on 1 second there rather than cut. So up here, this is going to be my, I got some stain on my fingers there. This is basically paint and finishing storage. I'm going to move these rags. And so what I did is I basically put some shelves at a 1/2 inch. Really nothing in here is even, nothing there is even nailed together. It will all fall apart. I just drilled some holes so I can do adjustable shelves, but this may change. When I first started off, I was having the spray paint cans set like this, and I started getting a lot more spray paint for some of the projects I do, for products I sell. So I decided to make these shelves for the doors, and on both sides. The problem I have is when I did it, I didn't quite figure it out, is I can't take a can directly out of the bottom. It has to go a little bit to the side. So I'm going to be short 1 can on the bottom unless I lower this, which I probably could. You know, all I did is drill holes and push through the dowels. So, and then just use brad nailers to nail the shelves on the sides, and then I used L brackets to put it up there, but it's just a perfect fit. You can see the top, the can's just clear, and the bottom just clears, so I really don't have more room. And I really wanted to get 2 rows of cans in there. And if I keep getting colors, you know, I'll probably not have enough in here, so I'm gonna have to figure more storage. And over here, I want to hang my paintbrushes, my little roller, all my little standoffs, get that all organized. And that's what I'm saying. I may change some of this. And I have some of my, you know, craft paints. I have a lot more craft paints in my office. So I have to figure out that. Maybe I'll do something upstairs here for that. This is still a mess. So there's that. And they're self-closing hinges. So they'll eventually take a couple years to close, but they'll eventually close. Over here, we'll dip over here real quick. I just threw this together. It's not nowhere near finished. I was kind of hoping to put them both on the top, but that joiner has a really, you can't see it, but a really extended back bracket for the fence. So right now it's going to be, when I need to use the joiner, it's going to have to go up here on the bench, one of the benches to use. But for now, I'm putting it down there for storage. I don't know if it will fit here. If it does, maybe I'll put it on a sliding shelf for storage down there. But it's on wheels, so it can pull out. I'm going to, real quick over here, get this thing cleaned out. This is eBay storage for eBay sales. And if I clean up my eBay storage over there a bit more, I'll have room over there for what's in here. So this is going to be one of the first cabinets to go. So I can close this door, open that door, move the CNC bench down, and that way I can just jump in here to work rather than pull it out if I want to. And that goes into later on when I do my dust collection. I want to just run a pipe back there underneath. So I have an outlet there, an outlet there, and an outlet back there, and maybe an outlet over here for something. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, back to the bench. So I did put a zero clearance fence on here. I think I mentioned before that the Cobalt has the holes on the bottom non-movable portion. So if I have to do 45s, then I'll have to redo the fence eventually, but I don't do 45s that often right now, if at all. I put this on here, and it looks crappy. It's the 1/4 inch sandy ply from Home Depot, and it doesn't match. So that's throwing off my OCD or whatever you want to call it. So I'm probably going to replace that. I'll probably go get a 1/4 inch piece of maple or birch, or this is actually that Redata. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I don't remember. But a ply from Home Depot that I had left over from our project. So I use that. It's held on by, I have 2 magnets on each side, and that seems to work right now. I want to put a little rack here for pencils and often used screw bits. You know, the Torque or star bit, and that's another star bit, and the Phillips head bit, just so they're really available there. That extra weight might pull it down. If that's the case, I'll just put dowels to hold it up. And I want to, of course, go all the way down. I did some mess ups, but I got it up there for now. I don't have dust collection set up yet, so, but I'm getting there. And over here, I did the same thing. I put the doors on. I cleaned it out a bit. I didn't put anything on the doors. I don't know what's going to go there, but I made it some shelves for sandpapers. I figure there's not going to be more than 4 of the orbitals that I'll need. I got right here is 80 grit, I think. That should probably move over here, and I'll probably put a 120 or a 180. Maybe that's 180 grit. I don't know. I think that's 180. There's an 80 grit. And there's a 120, so I got kind of mixed up. I have 80 grit, 120 grit, and I got 220 and 320. And I ran out of 1/2 inch ply scraps that would work, so I'm going to have to wait till I get our project or just go buy some to put some more shelves. I want to put 1, 2, maybe 3 more shelves and a little drawer to put my little sanding pieces in, and then I don't know what I'm going to do here. Maybe put a little more shelves. I put all my little sanding foam blocks. So that's a work in progress. I'm thinking maybe over here, I have the little DeWalt one here for small screws and washers. I might put that up here, and so I can put a few more and then save the bottom one underneath for the larger ones I have with the larger screws. So that's an idea. I don't know if you guys have thoughts. Let me know below. But yeah, that's gonna prove a problem. So I might have to move that in the middle, put more shelves over here. Don't know. So up top is still a mess. And these are just here temporarily, because this is made for the cordless ones. So I'll maybe make a rack here for these. And I'm debating whether I want to put doors all the way across the top as well. That would be clean, and that's where I'm leaning, but not sure. Not sure. Over here in the saw, I don't know if I showed this. I did get these doors put on, but I haven't got any hangers yet for the various parts. And that's closing there. So let's go over here to the CNC. This is probably new since from the videos since last time. I bought the x-carve 1000, and it was over on the wife's bench. I finally built this bench for it, and I made it wide enough to work with the sideboard. I'm gonna have to move it over this way. I don't know, because of the motor there. I do want to put a case on top of it eventually. I haven't decided yet how I'm gonna do that. When I put it together, I had a friend, Todd Larsen, make me some parts, and I showed this in another video, and he upgraded them for me. He kind of made them with a notch here, so it should avoid the belt clamp there. And then he made me a Z cover as well. I'll have a link down below if you guys are interested in that. And I had a video already on the IoT Internet of Things relay. My vacuum, my dust collector, I put in backwards. Someone noticed that on one of my videos. I didn't like, normally this end goes in there, and that makes it stand up way up here. And then their hose, that's their hose there, is very stiff and not very bendy. So I got this hose is from Rockler. It's their small tool hose, and it's very, very flexible. And so I kind of like this better. I got a hole in the back there. Let me move this out of the way because I'm going to show you the back. So let me go ahead and pull this out, and I'll show you the back now. What I've done. What the back has, and I don't know if I showed this in the other video, is I have a fine, and that's kind of dusty. I'm gonna have to check the inside as well because I don't see a lot of dust being collected in my bucket, but I'll check that later. But anyway, I have a fine Turbo 1 dust collector back here. It's hose, and it's got a big hose. I might cut that hose down. Not sure. Maybe that'll help increase the suction. And then it goes up front to a cyclone bucket. And then here is the hose from the cyclone bucket coming in here. I need to push this, and I need to put a clamp there. So then it has where I can plug the hose in there. Push this back for now. Everything in my shop is on wheels. Small shop set works great. And there's the cyclone bucket. And I have it in a clear bucket out here so I can see it easily and know when it needs to be emptied. And it does pick up the dust quite well. I thought I carved more of that. So I suspect that some is getting through into the fine, so I have to check that and see. But I may put a clear plexiglass door of some sort here so I can still see it, but I like doors and drawers. Down here, I haven't decided yet, but I think I'm going to put shelves or dividers to put scraps, to put blanks for carving of the different products I have that I regularly sell. And then I have some 1/4-inch piece scraps that I use for wasteboard to go under pieces so it doesn't mess up the big wasteboard. And then over here, originally was going to put just a platform that pulls out, but I wanted the drawer fronts to be symmetrical to match. And I thought that was a waste. So I made it a drawer, and I put some rails so I can have a sliding shelf there, and my laptop is in my office charging right now. So I can just bring my laptop right here. I wired the USB through the top so it comes out here, so I can put my laptop right there. And I like that because I can sit here and do the controls, and when I'm zeroing home, I'm right here, and I can look at the bit and get it right where it needs to be. So that works well for me. And then over here, I have my bit storage. I used the CNC to carve up some of that foam. I can't see what it's called, but you guys know that foam. And so I have all my bits and all my clamp pieces, but I'm actually getting away from these clamps more and more and just using, you know, L brackets and side clamps, so there's nothing on the top to interfere with the carve. Got a little twisty on it. So yeah, I got that. So that's pretty much, and this one just needs a little, gonna have to do a little adjustment. But that's the CNC bench. Working out great. Nothing else really to add here. Future projects, I talked about a little bit of the future things I need to do. I don't know if I'm going to leave that open up there. I want to hang some of my flags maybe. Or maybe I can put another row of cabinets up top. Or make that wood storage rack. I don't know. I do need a place to store a lot of my wood. You know, I get these pieces here, especially these 1x4s or 1x4s I think they are. And those are what I slice up for the flags to get the 1.5 inch stripes. So yeah, I kind of need some storage. And the wood I use for rulers, giant growth charts, I use for the skulls and stuff. And I need a better scrap storage as well. So, but that's stuff in right now. I do have this rack here where I'm storing some of my scrap, the better scrap wood, and my MDF wood as well. But I have this up on Facebook Marketplace. If it sells, I'm going to take the money and run, and I'll have to figure something else out. As I clean up my eBay stuff, I want to get rid of these cabinets because we're going to put the garage door back in, a working garage door. This section here is going to go away. I want to keep this wall here. Obviously, I don't want to have to redo that, but I'm probably going to have to cut it down right across there because when I get the new garage door in, it's going to go through that. So I'm going to have to cut that down and maybe put a little brace there for the wall. And what I want to do is get rid of all that stuff in there. And back in that corner is going to be dust collector and piped out here. And I'm actually going to start getting this cleaned out. I don't want to say now, but you know, kind of next, start working that in to slowly get that all cleaned out. Because I really do want to get the dust collector in here as soon as possible. I hate dragging that vacuum around. I'd rather just, you know, take a hose and... My only thing is, do I pipe for 2 inch and use this for now? Or do I pipe for 4 inch and still use this for now? And eventually get a blower dust collector that uses the 4 inch? You know, I don't know. Because I don't need a lot of drops. I want to put a drop there. That brings a hose out to here for small tools. And for the saw. And I'm going to have a drop down there that will have 1 or 2 vents or pipes coming up to suck up the miter saw. I want to have a drop over there for the sander or whatever else I use over there. Maybe a drop here for just whatever. And then I don't know if I'll need any drops down here. In about 3 years, when the little girl moves out of the house, in my wife's craft area, goes in her old bedroom. By then, I will need to upgrade to a bigger dust collector because I'm going to take this whole area over and I'm going to get a real table saw. And I have to deal with that. So, this is going on 20 minutes. That kind of shows you where I'm at now and where I want to go still. I still have to I want to do that and that are going to be all drawers. And the 2 ends, I don't know yet if they're going to be drawers or doors with slide out shelves for bigger tools, which I think that's where I'm leaning towards. And I don't know if, you know, the vacuum's still going to stay there or what. There you go. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm going. I hope you have any comments or suggestions for me or questions. Leave them below. I appreciate it all. I hope you will subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. And I hope you'll like the video. I like to know when people like my video. If you dislike it, I still would like to know. But if you're going to dislike it, please let me know why in a constructive way. Otherwise, I'll just delete your comment. But yeah, hit the subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified of my videos. You know, they're woodworking projects, builds, plus the aquaponic system out back. The weather is getting better. We just had our last major rainstorm last week. It's funny, sunny outside. Things are drying out, and I'm going to start cleaning up the aquaponic system and get ready for, get this back here, get ready for grow season again. It's February now, and I want to start growing things again. Get back in front of the camera here. So yeah, guys, that's it for the wood shop. Hope you have a good week coming up. Hope your shop is coming along, or you enjoy building your projects. Like to see other projects, you can promote your channel down below so I can come see your channel and see what you're working on. So until next video, talk to you guys later.